Hey guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. Today I have a tag for you. This is the Taylor Swift book tag, and I was tagged by ThingsLucyReads. The original creator is TheBookLife, and I will link to both of those channels in the description box below. So this tag is Taylor Swift songs, and then you pick books that coincide with the title of these songs. So, the first one is We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. This is pick a book or a series that you were pretty sure you were in love with, but then wanted to break up with. And if you watch my channel, it should be easy for you to guess, and that is the Anita Blake series by Laurel K. Hamilton. The first like 5 or maybe even 6 books, I really enjoyed. And I thought Anita Blake was a badass, and she was a necromancer, and she would bring the dead back to life, so she could ask them question them about situations that their family wanted to know about, or what have you. And then it just kind of really went weird, and it seems like Hamilton lost track of what the story was initially about, and it turned into something where Anita Blake could only survive if she was having sex with these paranormal creatures and other people, and yeah, that's what the story became, and it just really turned me off to the series, so I did not finish it. And I also have started selling them back to our used bookstore because I don't even want the books. Question number 2, red. Pick a book with a red cover, and that I picked was 77 Shadow Street by Dean Koontz. Pretty red cover. Not his best, in my opinion. I read the whole thing. I read through it. It wasn't a DNF, but it just wasn't as good as I expected it to be. So, number 3 is The Best Day. Pick a book that makes you feel nostalgic, and I chose Sunday at Tiffany's by James Patterson. Actually, any of his contemporary books are pretty good, and they're light and fluffy, and they just make me feel good to read them. So if you haven't read any of his contemporary books, you should try them out. Number 4, Love Story. Pick a book with forbidden love, and that one I picked was Chocolate Covered Forbidden Fruit. This is by Trista Russell. I just read this month, and I will go into it more when I do my wrap-up. But this is a love between a pastor and his daughter's best friend. They are of age, but it's still looked down upon by other people. So, yeah, like I said, I'll go through more of this when I do my wrap-up. Next one is I Knew You Were Trouble. Pick a book with a bad character you couldn't help but love. And for me, that was easy. That is Iron Horse in the Iron Fae series. He is definitely a bad guy, but I really, really fell in love with his character. Loved everything about him. And it kind of made me think, well, is he such a bad guy after all? So I really, really fell in love with the Iron Horse. Next one is Innocent. Pick a book that someone ruined the ending for. And I really don't have one that anybody ruined for me because I don't read a lot of the same books that everybody else reads, so it's a little harder for me to get spoiled on them. Next one, Everything Has Changed. Pick a character from a book who goes through extensive character development, and that one for me is Benny Amira from the Benny Amira series. You start out with him in here. He's a snotty-nosed, bratty kid who has no respect for his brother, and he just grows by leaps and bounds through the entire series. So if you have not read the Benny Amira series by Jonathan Mayberry, you really need to read it because it is fantastic. Next one is You Belong With Me. Pick your most anticipated book release. For me, that was this year, was Code Zero by Jonathan Mayberry. And I absolutely loved this book. Loved the whole series, as you all probably know. And I'm not going to go into it any further than that because I feel like I already do that every time I think about Jonathan Mayberry's writing. So, yeah, Code Zero. Forever and Always. Pick your favorite book couple. I have a few favorite book couples in the Joe Ledger series. Joe and Grace. Love their affair, their love, their respect for one another was fantastic. Penryn and Rafi from Angel Fall series. And then I'm also going to say Megan and Ash in this one. And even Puck. It's one of those triangles, and I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to give anything away, but it's not so much them being together as a couple, but just how they work together as a couple. Or the three of them. I don't know. I like all of them in this book, and I'm kind of starting to sway a little bit more towards Puck, but yeah, those are my couples. All right, and come back, be here, pick a book you would least like to lend out for fear of missing it too much. We actually just had a discussion on Tuesday Talks about lending out books. And now I'm going to say all of them because I'm really swaying towards not lending any books out anymore because of the complications and trying to get your books back and trying to get them back in the shape they were when you lent them out. So I'm going to say any of my books in my library I don't want to lend out because, like I said, you know, things happen, complications and all that. So yeah, and that's it, guys, for the 10 questions on this one. And I'm going to tag several people. I am going to tag Shannon from Leaning Lights, Brock from Let's Read, Michaela from Michaela Eve Reads, Sylvia from Wish Fulfillment, Mana from The Thrifty Reader, and anyone who watches this video. If you feel compelled to do this, let me know in the comments, link to your video if you've already done it. I'm sorry if I tagged you and you've already done this tag. I don't remember things too well. But like I said, anyone else that wants to do it, please feel free to do this tag because it's really quite fun. It's an easier one to get through. And like I said, I will link to both the creator and then also Things Lucy Reads in the description below. So you guys can go visit their channels as well. And that's it, guys, for this tag. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.